Hi guys, it's Jacob from StringBuzz here, stringbuzzworld.org being a music journalism site, links are in the description down below. And I actually missed when this song came out because obviously no internet and all the rest of it, but I even heard the buzz just offline, even in what do they call them, newspapers and stuff like that. And it's actually Cara Delevingne singing from the new film, which I can't even remember the name of, but it's I Feel Everything. So I'm going to give you a little review here, and shall we see what I thought of it? Before we actually dive into what I thought of this track, I think I really want to address the comments on the music video on YouTube for this track, because I think they're pretty darn unfair, to be honest. I know you've got a model which is in a movie and now singing on the soundtrack when you already have a singer who's in the movie as well, also acting in Rihanna, but then, that's hypocrisy in my opinion. You've got a singer acting and a model acting and singing. Why not change it up? I don't see the difference between both of them, and if Cara Delevingne wants to sing, she can sing. If she wants to try something different, she can. A lot of people have these connotations of models just being a pretty face, and she's trying something different and she's giving it a fair whirl. A lot of people are bashing this song just on that grounds, and by the way, this song is nowhere near as bad as many people are making it out to be. Actually, if you put anyone else on this track, I think people would actually quite enjoy it. Now, I'm not going to say this song is perfect. In fact, it's far from it. I think Cara has a couple of really bum notes within this track, especially starting off the song. I thought I was really going to be in for it because she had like this first sort of line which was really shaky and had no tone to it at all, no vibrato or anything like that. And I thought, this song is going to be a bit of a hell. And there were a couple sort of lines maybe in transitional sections which are a little bit rushed for me. But I think she can sing. I think, every artist has to start somewhere, and she's already in the limelight. So we get to see her actually starting out, and she's always going to be worse starting out. But I think as a first performance, it's fairly decent. And when it comes to the instrumentals within this track, I really enjoyed this track in that sense. It had this lounge sort of jazz feel to it, had this sort of old 50s style swing to it as well, which I really enjoyed. And the guitar work, especially on this track, though still simplistic, actually worked really well in its favour. Admittedly, we didn't get any big notes or anything like that, no particularly impressive melodic sequences, and I think the vocal performance was a bit of a letdown. But I think if you put Lana Del Rey on this track, everybody raves about the style, everybody raves about the instrumentals, everyone raves about the sort of feel and vibe of the song. Whereas I think the song is just fine without someone like that. I think if you take the vocal performance away from the instrumentals you can have a lot of fun with. Like I said, it has this slow jazz feel to it, and it sets a really nice atmosphere. The song form is fairly interesting as well, because we actually have a proper bridge in a famous track. Who would have thunk it? Yeah, the bridge is really nice actually. We have some little decorative guitar sequences which are slightly overdriven, but almost in a bluesy sense, a traditional bluesy sense, and this song definitely carries that as well. So it's obviously got a lot of dimensions to it just from talking to it. I like the instrumentation included here. I thought the piano progression work, again, very simple. It's just two chords back and forth, but it set this really slow pulsating atmosphere where it was sort of very humpy, and I really enjoyed that. That's a very strange way of actually complementing a track with an action. But yeah, I just enjoyed the instrumentals when it comes to this song. There was very individualized sequences there, and I think, though again simplistic, the bass lines were simplistic, the percussion was simplistic, it worked well. Production-wise, this track, again, has a fair bit going for it. It never felt overproduced. Even the vocals didn't feel too manipulated with or tampered with, despite her clearly showcasing a voice that isn't quite strong enough yet to carry a song like this. I thought the guitar possessed a really great tone. The double bass sounded really nice, really wholesome as well. Definitely a modernized sort of flavour there. It hasn't got the traditional mixing when it comes to that. The percussion was a bit background worthy, nothing really cut through there, but it didn't necessarily have to. And the piano had this very subtle and gentle sort of tone to it. It didn't have its naturally percussive edge to it, which personally I would have preferred, but again, it kind of worked within this track. Lyrically, the song is fine. I haven't seen the movie, so I don't know how it's going to play within the movie. It entirely depends on where it's placed within the movie. I can't really take a song from a soundtrack and really moan about the lyrics, because they might be accurately describing what is happening on screen. But if you're taking this as a single, the lyrics are fine. There was nothing to really remark upon. They weren't particularly memorable. There was no sequences within here that made me cringe or made me really smile. So yeah, they were fine. So all in all, I think this track it's perfectly serviceable. I think the instrumentals are good. I think the vocal performance is poor, but there are improvements that could be made there, and there is definitely a voice within there that, if improved, could be fairly decent in the future. So I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10, which is above average. Obviously, there are some drawbacks when it comes to this track, but I had fun with it actually. I thought it was fairly decent. So if you like this video, then please leave a like, subscribe to see more, and I'll see you around next time. Bye-bye.